So in October of this year, in October of 2025, I released my fourth album, my fourth French album. By the way, you can still get this album completely for free for like 2 more weeks, relatively until the end of December of 2025. All you need to do is to send me a message. The details are in the description box below. I released this album, and for me, I needed to release this because we began working on this album a long time ago, and I just don't give credit for incomplete work. So I needed to finish it. But at the same time, this past summer, when I was working on everything, when I was working on its production and on its like engineering and all of the aspects, I noticed that, or at least I asked myself if this is a good idea, if this was a good idea. I am an independent musician, and music is not my job anymore. My main job is something completely different, although still creative, but it's not music anymore. And I asked myself, why am I doing this? We are living in an era, in a timeline where music is not consumed as a dedicated thing anymore, because of all of these streaming systems of Spotify and of YouTube Music and everywhere else. People just click and find a song, they maybe listen to it for a couple of minutes, and then they move on. Like a listening session, sitting down and just listening to music, to an album from end to end, is something that a lot of people may not do anymore, specifically the younger generations. And so ultimately, by releasing a full-length album, am I shooting myself in the foot? Did I make a mistake? Is essentially the question that I want to answer. And now that we have all of this AI and all of this generative AI music out there, reaching very, very high levels of respect or reputation or recognition, what is the point of making human music anymore? I guess these are the two topics that I'd like to talk about today. The first one is, why did I make an album? Partially, I answered it already. I started this. I needed to finish this album because when I begin something, I have to finish it. That is number one. Second reason is that I consider myself, above everything else, a storyteller. And that means I don't really care much about the medium or the length or the size or whatever. As long as I'm able to tell a story the way I want it to, I'll go for it. It could be a song that is 2 minutes long, or it could be like an album that is like an hour. And so just because the current state of things is the way that it is, just because of AI and because of the TikTokification of music, the dedicated listening experience doesn't exist anymore, doesn't mean I should adhere to these things. I'm not going to adhere to these things, and as long as I can make music, I make music. And because most of the times, I'm like 99.9% of the times, I make music that I want to listen myself, and I make music for myself. So because I like to listen to albums from end to end, if the idea of a song comes to me in the shape of a full-length album, I'll go for it. I don't look at the minutes on my computer program to say, hey, I have reached a quota of a song, let's move on to the next one. I don't look at it as like a factory process. There's a lot of technology involved. There's a lot of cool tech involved in making music now, but still it's me, my keyboard, the guitars, and my microphone with a bunch of nice sprinkles, on top. So that is the reason. I don't believe I'm going to change the way I make music just because people tend to listen to music in a less dedicated way, because I like to believe that when you like a song, you go full crazy just listening to it nonstop. That's how I am, and that's how I believe, I hope, the people who choose to listen to our songs are as well. I'm not going to create like TikTok ready songs or to make things that are serving a specific purpose other than to tell my story. That is the thing about the album. Now let's talk about AI.
Whoa! Today I noticed I'm starting to feel a little like myself again. It had been a long, long time since everything, all the heartbreaks, all the sadness and pouring rain, what I left behind, what I've gained, what remains.
Now let's talk about the AI and music and what I feel about it. I don't feel negative at all about this intrusion and invasion of AI generated music because for an avid music listener, for a keen music listener, it's easy or easy-ish to detect real genuine art from like AI slop. And if somebody is capable of prompting an AI music and reach like very high levels on the music charts and everything, good for them. They have done something that is still impressive. They have done something that I probably cannot do, not going to try and do, but I don't harbor any negative feelings towards them. I don't think that they are taking my space on the chart or whatever you want to call it. That's because if my music is good enough, it will eventually be heard if I'm able to talk about it and share it with the people. Case in point, the last song of the album, A Million Specks of Light, has been on the French indie chart for the past month, non-stop. For 4 weeks, it's been on the top 50. Last week, it reached number 23. I'm not gloating. I'm not saying, ooh, look at this. I'm just saying that I like to believe in magic, and I like to believe that good music, good song will be heard. Maybe not in my lifetime, maybe 100 years after I'm gone, or maybe tomorrow. It's not really a matter of if, it's mostly a matter of just when. If the song is heartfelt, if the song is a real music piece, I think it's going to be heard. There's that thing. Another thing is that people consider AI as cheating. If you use AI stuff, you're cheating. Well, I don't want to say you're not or you are, but I will just leave this up to you. If you've followed any of my live streams, if you followed any of the music processes, or if you know anything about the modern way of music making, you realize that there's a lot of sampled instrument, there's a lot of I guess computer assisted harmonies and vocals, all of those things. And there's autotune. Autotune is a thing that's been in the modern music scene for the past, I want to say maybe 20 years. All of these things are essentially things that humans can't realistically do flawlessly. And flaws are the reason why a good song becomes a good song, right?
Yeah, I never danced. I'd wanna smile and once or twice dress up to the nines. Try to talk to people, hear the stories and share mine. And then midnight when the world's about to sleep, I wanna close my eyes and whisper, I think I'm fine. Let's fall in love, pretend I got the wrong chord. Let's fall in love, pretend we're kings and queens and the real world's a lie. Like we're in the Matrix, we took the red pill and took a gander at the sky. Let's make believe pantomime where marionettes remain on fire and we can fly. Let's laugh like fools, let's tell each other we are fine.
And of course, you can use the technology to polish your music. You can use technology to make this music sound bigger, fatter, like all over the place. But ultimately, there's a human in the loop. Or ultimately, there's some individual or a group of people that are orchestrating this thing. And when you listen to my album, you will hear instruments, you will hear sounds that I cannot create, right? I use sampled instruments and there's nothing wrong with it. This is a tool. AI is a tool, and just like a hammer, you can use it to create something, you can use it to build something, or you can use it to destroy something. It's really up to the individual. And I think, as utopian as it might sound, I think that good musicians, good artists will be even stronger because of this AI technology. Maybe I'll eat my words in a few months, in a few years. I don't know. But generally, I'm positive that a good listener, a qualified listener to music, still looks for that imperfection, still looks for that flaw. Live music, for example, we played live. We unveiled the album with a release party in a live performance. It was incredible. It was full of like small and like crazy small mistakes, but that's what made it, in my opinion, a success story. We love to look for perfection at any given turn, at any given moment, but ultimately it's the imperfections that, in my opinion, create a vibe. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense to you, but generally I'm very positive about the future. I don't think the future is as doom and gloomy as people like to make it, because generally negativity gets clicked. Negativity generates content, and we're living in a content-first world, which is fine, but ultimately the core of art hasn't changed. Art is about sharing a story from your heart to somebody else's heart. That is essentially what art has been about since the day of the muses in the ancient Greece, all the way to yesterday and to what it's going to be in the next hundreds of years, in my opinion, of course. Anyway, that is what I think. That's what I believe.
Today I wanted a cup of coffee, two wicker chairs and a conversation. I don't recall the last time I wanted to heal. Yet here I stand trying to find the courage and lose my patience, falling in reverse to feel.
So thank you so much for watching this video. Wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying sane. I'm recording this midway through December, so I guess happy holidays, whichever kind of holiday you celebrate. And I think the next video, I'll be talking about the expenses of the album and of the show, so that maybe somebody can learn from our mistakes, and you see what goes into making an album and making a show in terms of finances and well, money management. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying sane. Thank you so much for all of the care that you have given to the album, to the songs, to everything in between. It would be awesome if you could do the YouTube thing. And remember, you can have this album completely for free until the end of December. All you need to do is send me a message, which the details of are indicated in the description box below. And yeah, that is it. Have a great rest of your day, evening and night, and I will see you very soon.
Let's fall in love, pretend we're kings and queens and the real world's a lie. Like we're in the Matrix, we took the red pill and took a gander at the skies. Let's make believe pantomime, we're marionettes, we're made of fire and we can fly. Let's laugh like fools, let's tell each other we are fine. I gotta learn my songs. Tell that to AI.